We are headed to the airport bright and early this morning.
And one of us is getting to go somewhere.
I'm going to Italy. I am super excited, but it is a girls' trip. I'm going with my mom and aunt, so headed to the airport now. Alright, we made it to Rome, feeling a bit like a zombie and trying to figure out where to get our bags since everything is in Italian. Alright, well we made it to our hotel in Rome. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to completely ruin all of these Italian names, but this hotel I think is called Parso dei Principi. We are here this week with a tour company, so a lot of our time is pre-planned for us, which is really handy and just convenient since we're not familiar with this area and we don't know what to do and where to go and how to get there. But yeah, we do have some free time. We got here, it's like early afternoon and all we want to do is go to sleep, but we're making an effort not to do that. So we're gonna get out for at least a couple hours this afternoon and do some exploring on our own. They are really not cooperating. This is my Aunt Terry and this is my mom. Hi there. So we got ourselves out of the hotel room and are walking through a beautiful city park that none of us know how to pronounce the name of. And we're headed to another thing we can't pronounce, but the English name for it is the Spanish Steps. But it just happened that we could walk through this park on our way to there. So. Well, mission accomplished. We have spent several hours roaming around Rome, starting and ending in this public park, which I believe is called Villa Borghese. It's described as the most famous public park in Rome. Then we went to the Spanish Steps. We've logged a lot of miles, sweat out a lot of calories, and did exactly what we needed to do, which was not just go to sleep when we got to the hotel this afternoon. So we will all sleep like babies tonight and hopefully be acclimated to the time change for the rest of our week here. Good morning. Day 2 here in Rome. I will be surprised if any of yesterday's footage is coherent. We were so tired, but we stayed up till about 10 o'clock last night and ended up sleeping until 11 this morning. So we are definitely well rested and ready for day 2, which is good because our tour starts today. So gonna get ready now. First stop is the Colosseum. Well, this is the Colosseum behind me. It was an all-day affair where they would fight and have animals fight each other, do executions, and people would come and watch and cheer on. There was a stage back behind me. It's excavated right now, and you can see the tunnels that were underneath. It was a wood stage covered in sand, and they used sand because it absorbed blood. And the tunnels would work on pulley systems, and animals and gladiators and whatnot would pop up out of the ground kind of magically. Really amazing piece of history here. So we are here on a family tour, family-friendly tour. So there are actually 37 people in our group, and I think it's 17 of those are kids. So it's a lot of people bringing either their children or their grandchildren. So today we're doing a more kid-friendly activity this morning, which is gladiator school. So should be kind of fun to watch. Well, that was really fun. Everybody seemed to have a really good time. All of the kids or teenagers enjoyed play fighting, and even some of the adults got involved. But we are now headed back to our trusty steed, aka the tour bus, and are headed to the catacombs next. Well, unfortunately, we were just informed that we're not allowed to take pictures in the catacombs. Up in the catacombs. That was really cool, both literally because it's like 58 degrees down there, which is nice, but also figuratively. It's just really amazing to see something that old and with that much history. Catacombs are basically Christian cemeteries underground. It's 65 feet deep and has 4 levels, so there's actually over 500,000 people buried there. They were built between, I think, the 2nd and 5th century, and then the barbarians came and screwed everything up, and so they moved all the bodies out to protect them, and people actually quit visiting the catacombs in the 9th century, and they sat vacant for 1,000 years and weren't reopened again until the 19th century. So learned a lot of really interesting stuff on that tour. Really enjoyed it. Well, we are finished with our scheduled tour activities for the day and have a few free hours this afternoon. And the options were to either go back to the hotel and rest, or they drop us off by the Spanish Steps. Mom and my Aunt Terry decided to go back to the hotel to rest because we're going to the Vatican tonight. I decided to come back to the Spanish Steps because this is a big shopping area, and at the Vatican your knees and shoulders have to be covered, and it's very hot here in August. So I don't really want to wear jeans, so I'm hoping to find something a little lighter weight to wear at the Vatican. Some interesting things I've learned here about Rome. August is their month of holiday, so actually most of the people that live in Rome are gone right now, trying to escape the heat while us crazy Americans are here visiting. But one benefit of that is that it's not nearly as busy. The traffic isn't bad at all. Some other interesting things about Rome. Public bathrooms are almost non-existent, so in order to use a restroom, you've got to purchase something from a cafe, like a bottle of water, for a couple of euros. Some interesting differences between America and at least this part of Italy. this is my church attire. Let's go explore the Vatican. Okay, we are headed into Vatican City now. Interesting fact, it's its own city inside Rome. There's a giant wall that separates it from the outside. So we're just walking, that's the wall behind me, and we're just walking around it now to enter. Alright, well that concludes our private tour of the Vatican. Really amazing stuff. I've always heard, and I understand how young the United States is, but it never really sunk in. But when you're here and they're talking about works of art that were created in the 1st and 2nd centuries, it really helps you understand that. So really incredible. Feel really grateful that we were able to do that tonight. Buongiorno familia. That's how our tour guide starts every day. This tour is no joke. It is go, go, go. We didn't get in last night from the Vatican till I think like 10:30, 11. And we have another jam-packed day in the itinerary today. So it's good. First stop today, St. Peter's Basilica. St. Peter's Basilica was incredible. I cannot say enough about doing a tour. You just learn so much more than you ever would just walking through it. I mean, you can still marvel in its beauty without a tour, but the information that you get from the experts is invaluable. Really, really enjoyed that. Next up, we're exploring the historic center of Rome, which is going to include the Pantheon and the Trevi Fountain. is the famous Trevi Fountain behind me. It's supposed to bring you good luck and return you to Rome if you throw a coin in the fountain. Proper protocol is with your right hand to throw the coin backwards over your left shoulder into the fountain. So let's give it a try. Well, that's our last day here in Rome. What an amazing stop. This is such an old city. There's so much history here. You can't help but find an old ancient ruin or just amazing architecture no matter where you walk. Some other people on our tour have actually been to Rome 6 times and they're still finding new things to do. So we just barely scratched the surface in our few days here, but it's been really incredible. But we are moving on. We're headed to Pompeii, Sorrento, the Amalfi Coast. We're really excited to explore that area. I think I'm going to wrap up the Rome video now, otherwise I'm afraid the whole video would be too long and I would bore you guys. So we'll take up part 2 of our Italy tour in another video. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks. See you later. Bye.